being said, a lot of those players back then didn't have the resources of being able to watch videos on the internet to help grow and improve their game. A lot of things had to be taught within the gym. A lot of things had to be learned within where you were from or where you lived. These kids now, they have more access and they have more tools, and that's a good thing because it shows that the game itself is growing. Anything over time, technology advances. Everything, not even technology, everything is in life is supposed to advance over time. So the players back when the mixtape era first started, not being able to receive NIL, I believe, had that been the case of them being able to receive NIL, players would have played with much more of an edge. Players would have took the game much more serious, in which they already took it serious because of the lack of resources. Whereas now, because there are more resources, there is more money, these kids now, they don't value the game as much as the kids in the early 2000s did. The value of the game has decreased. However, I am not against college players getting paid, because these colleges are receiving millions and millions and millions of dollars just from these players going to play at their schools and making the Final Four and winning the conference tournament and winning the regular season conference. So with that being said, I'm not against it. But I do personally feel with playing in the G League, I feel the minimum you should be able to make while playing in the G League is $250,000.
Yep. The problem with the G League is they don't have the fandom like college do. So they could generate their revenue, and college be able to pay those players. So like college is fighting with the pros, and really college killing the G League. Really. Because they got to do something. They don't have enough sponsors to really pay those players like that. We're going to move on, man. We're going to... What you say now?
That is completely true.
Because college going to protect their investment. So we're going to go on to the next segment, man. We're going to come up and we're going to talk about those Boozer twins, man. I like this image right here of them. Like, a lot of people see this image and they might not know, like, unless you're a hardcore Boozer fan or a Duke fan, watching this image right here, that's their mom right there. And a lot of people want to give Carlos a lot of credit for their basketball, but she runs their basketball. I forgot her name. But Miss Boozer runs their basketball, and she's in this picture with them in these Duke uniforms, dressed. A lot of people didn't pick up on it. I saw it. I didn't realize who I was looking to see who it was. I thought it was like somebody on the staff with her, but I was like, no, that's their mom. So, man, what's your take on them committing to Duke? I called this 2 years ago.
Yes, on them committing to Duke.
Yep.
Give me a quick second, Hip. I want to make sure I'm on point. Give me a quick second.
All right.
So with this being said, they're scheduled to play AJ DeBanza here in the next few hours.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're playing AJ DeBanza in the showcase. But as I look, they're actually the only two players committed to Duke in the senior class. I don't have much to say. I really don't. I I watched them play one game, and that was the Peach Jam Championship. I haven't really been too understanding of the Boozer twins. What I do know is, what I can tell you is, Duke has to make the Final Four within the next 2 years.
Yep. I agree with you.
The reason I say that is because John Shire will be on the hot seat.
Yep.
Meaning, is believe it or not, I'm not saying Calipari was on the hot seat, but what I'm saying is, if you're bringing in top 5 recruits every year, but you're failing to even make the Elite 8, you're lacking something within the program.
Yep. I'm gonna say this on that. I'm gonna piggyback on what you were saying. He got a job that he had no business getting. One of the premier programs in the country, and you get that program and you take it over because you daddy's boy. You the son that he never had. You get that job and you take it over, and you haven't done nothing, and you wasn't experienced enough to do it. And it's kind of funny you said this, because word on the street was I was told that one reason why the Boozers wasn't a lot to go there, because how they passed over so many other coaches was alumni that's coaching is well qualified for that job, and some of them were black, and they seen that, so they had an uphill battle to convince them to go there. But I still thought they was going there because Coach K is at kryptonite. He come in and sell that lie to them. My personal opinion, because I heard some other stuff from players that I covered told me stuff that Coach K has said to them, and they knew it was cap at the time. But so he just kryptonite for them. So I know he's gonna go there in the first place. But the media really don't go after him real hard, because they do. You know, the fan base really don't go after them really hard. But in 2 years, the skirt gonna be off. You're gonna have to, the mask gonna be off, or you're gonna look at it, and then you're gonna have to come clean on this, that he's not the man. He's not the man for the job at all. I don't think he is. If you give him 10 years and let him growing pains, which would be unfair to any other coach, then he might be ready. But I don't think so, man. I don't know if you want to.
I'll say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to make some people mad, but I'm going to say it. The recruiting trail at this point is all smoke and mirrors. It's all bullshit. The reason I'm saying this is because you can build a Final Four program through transfers.
Yep.
High school recruiting, the value of high school recruiting is going to go down more and more and more every year.
Yep.
If you look at programs like the University of Illinois, you look at how Mark Pope has came into Kentucky, and now they're stated to be arguably the best shooting team in college basketball this upcoming season. You look at these programs, and now with the new rule of you can play immediately, I'm more interested in the transfer portal than I am in high school recruiting.
Yep. I'm gonna say something else on that. That these lot of players not getting the memo. The minor league system for college basketball is mid-major. So if you're not a top 50 player,